guys, Katrina here, December Wheelie. Welcome back to my channel. Well, if you've been following this channel over the past year, you will have known that my dad had terminal cancer. He's been fighting it for quite a while now. Unfortunately, on the 7th of April, he lost his battle. Although I'm sure that you'll know that from my Facebook feed and from the communities tab. He was discharged from hospital the first time. If you remember, he had a fall quite a few weeks ago. But he was discharged to a nursing home because they couldn't find a carer to look after him. They even delivered a hospital bed for him and a hoist as well. After 2 days of being in the care home, he vomited blood, and the care home phoned me in the early hours of the morning to tell me that they had called for an ambulance to him and to go down to the Ulster hospital. When he got to the hospital, he had presented with pneumonia-like symptoms, and this caused him to think that he had the coronavirus. Now, they tested him twice actually, and his results came back negative, so at least that was one good thing. But when he was admitted to the hospital, they thought that he had it because of the x-ray results. If you don't know, pneumonia can show up on x-rays, so that's why they were thinking that he had the virus. And if you remember, I think it was the week before last, I put up a video saying that he was dying from suspected coronavirus. The reason being, they had stuck him in with the coronavirus patients because they thought that he had it at that time. And I've seen it for myself. If you don't know the Ulster Hospital, there's a pretty small emergency department there, and they basically had all of that cordoned off for the coronavirus patients, and they were treating normal patients outside in a porta cabin out the front of the hospital. It was really, really bad, like, it was awful. I wouldn't wish that on anybody, but they were kind enough to let me in to spend a couple of hours with him until they found him a bed. And I'm grateful that they did that, because I got to spend time with him. They didn't let me up for the next few days because they were waiting on his test results coming back. Again, they came back negative, which was good. Once they did come back, they let me up to see him, to spend a few hours with him each day, even though the hospital was in full lockdown, because they knew that he was dying. He could barely speak. He was conscious, but when he tried to speak, it was barely a whisper that came out. And then he lasted about 4 days there. Sorry, I'm trying to hold the tears back. And then the early hours of the 7th, the staff nurse phoned me to say that he'd pass away, unfortunately. Max has been giving me lots of cuddles as well, haven't you, Max? He's sound asleep at my feet here. He doesn't understand where my dad has gone, unfortunately. But I'm grateful that they let me see him, both in the emergency department and on the ward itself. I'll be forever grateful to them for doing that. They didn't have to do that. They even let me sew a mask, which you've seen in the other video. and they lent me an apron and stuff. Just in case you've been living under a rock, you will know that they're pretty short of PPE at the minute. I'm forever grateful that they lent me that stuff to enable me to go up and spend a few days with my damn father. So if you're watching, thank you very much. I would like to find out how to make masks and donate to them if they need it. So I will try and do that over the next couple of days. That's just my way of repaying them, but I don't even know if they're taking donations at the minute for Northern Ireland. I know in England they are, but I don't know about here. Unfortunately, the government over here put restrictions on funerals. Even though he didn't have the virus, they had to treat him as if he had it, which meant that I couldn't give him a proper funeral. There was no service or anything, just a minister saying a few prayers at the graveside. And there was only a few people there, myself, my dad's friend, and my cousin as well, who's a paramedic. He managed to get some time off work and come up to the funeral. My nana, she's 86. She was absolutely gutted that she couldn't come because she's in self-isolation as well, because she's obviously at risk of it. But once this is all over, I will try and arrange a proper service for him. At the graveside, they managed to dig the hole the wrong size for my dad. My dad would have found that hilarious, like, that was just his sense of humour. But I've had a lot of support from my friends over social media. Again, because of this lockdown, they weren't able to come up, which I understand, but hopefully when I arrange the proper memorial service, they will come up. So thank you for all your kind messages over social media and for contacting me by phone and such. It's really much appreciated. Even my neighbours have left round cards, and my upstairs neighbour left me a bunch of flowers, which was lovely. Thank you, Shannon. Thank you again for all your support. I will be making more content over the next few weeks, and the channel will get better once this lockdown lifts. I maybe might go to the Titanic Centre, which is literally 5 minutes away from me. That's on the site where the Titanic was built. So if you would like to see that, please like, comment and subscribe. Plus I might go to a few museums and that as well around here, which are quite a lot of. So that's something to look forward to. But thank you for watching anyway. See you later.